Hi everyone, this is Dr. Jordan, and today's conversation is a really fun one. It is about a word that sounds like nails on a chalkboard to me, and that word is Miralax. So if you are familiar with our office, you know that we see lots of little babies, lots of cute kids, and I will say that a lot of these children have come to us because they have constipation. And of those kids that is a main complaint, almost 100% of them have been recommended or told to take Miralax. And so that to us is such a gut punch because Miralax is not what they have been promised it's going to be for their kids. It's not safe. There's a lot of side effects. And so today's video is all about Miralax, the dangers of it, what to do instead, and how chiropractic kind of ties into all of that. So to get started, what Miralax does is that it's basically going to allow the body to absorb or take on more water, and so then the goal is that the stool can pass through because there's such a rush of water coming in and being held that the stool is forced basically to come out and it's a lot softer. And so while that sounds great, of course it's going to lead to some side effects like bloating. But there are other known side effects that are talked about, and those can be cramping, stomach pain, more gas, vomiting, diarrhea, and those are the ones that even adults will complain about. There are a whole lot of studies and research and moms that have found that their children who have taken Miralax also have struggled then with anxiety, mood swings, paranoia, and really bad anger outbursts. And so there's more than that, the list goes on, but a lot of moms are reporting that their kids who are taking Miralax are really struggling with other emotional issues and not just physical. And so, why would that be? Well, the main ingredient in Miralax is something called polyethylene glycol, or PEG for short, and then 3350 if you want to look it up. And that active ingredient is not recommended or made for usage in any drugs recommended for kids under 17. So if your doctor has recommended Miralax to a child who is under 17, that is not what the drug is intended for. It is also only recommended for short period use, that means under 7 days. And when we see kids who are 3 and have been on Miralax for 3 years, it is just such a wild and sad place because their body is not in a healthy state that it can function. And of course, by this point, there's so much more going on because it's been years of taking Miralax and years of kind of ignoring that something's actually wrong within those systems in the body, and the body needs to kind of switch its state and its mode from that dis-ease to a healthier state. So this is where chiropractic comes in. And so we have a really great visual we give to patients. And just to explain this quite quickly, this visual, get a little closer, is going to show that spine. And that spine, I've circled the areas, your upper neck, your brain, and then your lower lumbar, pelvis, sacrum areas. And those two areas both house your parasympathetic systems. And so when we in our office talk about sympathetic fight or flight, we talk about it all of the time. These areas counterbalance that and can help signal and turn on your parasympathetic state via your vagus nerve. And so that vagus nerve, it's underlined in that very top box, that is housed in that upper neck. And it's really, really important, especially when children are coming to us with a stressed out system. And why are kids stressed? Well, birth trauma is a really big one. And we know that upper neck is almost always 95% of the time, if not more, affected by birth. And so when we see kids that are really young, only a couple days old, we will see that they have struggles and things going on, subluxations in this area. And so then in that lower box, you see that the word constipation is highlighted, underlined, circled. And that lower back, that parasympathetic system, if those are out of whack, something's going on, we are going to see constipation. And it's going to happen frequently in our young kids if their body is stuck in a fight or flight state. And so Miralax is going to do absolutely nothing to help their body get out of a stress response. And in fact, it can just cause more because the more they're on Miralax, the longer the body is going in that stressed state, the more symptoms you're going to start seeing, the more aggression you're going to start seeing. And now we have a whole other range of issues to deal with. And it's just now been months and years of the body not communicating. So what needs to happen is the brain and that vagus nerve have to tell the gut, okay, it's time to go. We need signals back and forth saying, hey, I'm full, hey, it's time to move, etc., etc. And so that lack of motility, that plumbing issue going on, is really caused from the brain. And it stems from usually a stressed out system going on. And that stress system can happen in babies hours old. So this isn't something that's uncommon. We see it all of the time in our office. So instead of getting your child on Miralax, something that's not even made for them, chiropractic is and should be the first step for a lot of these children. And getting their body into a happier state, a more relaxed state where their body can do things like rest and digest and heal and grow. That is the goal, of course, of chiropractic, but of course of all parents. Like, you want your kids and your babies to be able to thrive and not to be living where their body is solely focused on just running from that bear and trying to stay alive at every moment. That's not how our kids are supposed to live. And so once you have chiropractic, once your kids are happier and healthier and their body is communicating and things are signaling back and forth, then some of those other alternatives can be really useful. So if you've tried alternatives like cutting out sugar from the diet, eating less gluten, less dairy, trying things like probiotics, enzymes, magnesium, and none of that has really helped, it's probably because their body was too stressed to add something else. And so if you do chiropractic first, a lot of those other alternatives are going to be a really great add-on to the chiropractic to help the body just continue to heal and keep thriving. So once the body's in a better state, it's more able to take some of those other suggestions, healthier ideas, rather than just being forced and flushed out because of medication. So if this sounds like your child or your baby or toddler, it sounds like you, or it even sounds like a friend who you know has been struggling with this with their kids, please share this video, tag them, message them, whatever. We are happy to help you find a chiropractor near you if this is something that sounds like you need to see a chiropractor for. And we are always here for questions. We just want to help everybody realize that chiropractic really can be an answer for a lot of families and a much healthier and safer route to go. So have a great day. We hope to talk to you soon. Hope this helped you.